Welcome back to another episode of The Marathon. My name's Mare, and today I just wanted to sit and chat with you about something that's been on my mind for the last week, and it's really been helping me, and I hope that it will help you as well. Life's not a sprint, it's a marathon. We say that all the time here in the marathoner community. If you wanted to, it would be great if you subscribe to my channel, Laced Up, subscribed. I post videos Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday, at least for the time being. Sometimes I decide to post every single day. You just never know. So it's great to be a subscriber, and then you'll get a notification if you click that bell when I do post a video. Now, I have been doing a lot of quiet reflection and contemplation. There's been a lot of feels in my life lately. I'll be straight up honest with you. When I released my book, Finding Your Cape, which came out at the end of January, link below if you'd like to check it out yourself, it really triggered something in me. And the week after the book came out, I cried for like 5 days straight, and I was in just a really emotionally releasing place, and I just let myself. What I've learned in grief is that it's best to just let it out and ride it out rather than trying to suppress it and push it away. So that's what I did. And I saw my therapist last week, and I was telling her about this, and you know, she wasn't surprised, neither was I. I knew I'd have some sort of emotional release after the book came out. I just didn't quite know what to expect. Obviously, I've never done this before. Grief just rears her ugly head whenever she feels like it, and there is no timeline to grief. There is no rule book, no guidebook. You can read as many articles as you want and go to therapy, and that all is super helpful, but everyone is just so different. And also, it takes a long time, and I don't mean to say that to be a Debbie Downer. That's what I wanted to talk about today. So whether you've lost someone or you're grieving over the end of a marriage, maybe you got divorced or separated, or maybe you recently lost your job, you were laid off, or you had to quit due to medical reasons. Grief comes in all shapes and sizes for all different kinds of reasons. And something that my therapist said to me last week took so much pressure off of me and gave me such grace that I wanted to share it with you here today. So I think in releasing the book, you know, writing the book was obviously very difficult. If you've read it, thank you. You'll know that there are a lot of very personal parts that I share that I've never talked about before. And even though I've been open and honest and vulnerable with you for years, this was just like to a different level, putting it out in a book and having people read it. And so I guess subconsciously I thought that, you know, writing the book was very difficult, releasing the book would be very difficult, but it would help my grief. And it definitely has, but I got to a point after the book came out of a bit of like desperation of like, how is it still this hard? It's already almost been 3 years. Like June marks 3 years since Jeremy took his life, and that is like mind-blowing to me. It feels like it was, sometimes it feels like it was last year, sometimes it feels like it was 20 years ago. So I was saying this to my therapist, like it's already almost been 3 years, you know, like I've written the book's come out, I'm managing the single parenting thing, I'm dating, I've now been with the same person for over a year, like, but my grief is still so up here. Like it is just, she is waiting and ready to pounce at a moment's notice. And my therapist said to me, you need to stop saying that it's already been almost 3 years, and you need to flip it and think of it as it's only almost been 3 years. Instead of already, think of it's only been. And that just like so much pressure was lifted off my body. So much like stress and self-judgment and like impatience in my process of grieving just lifted. And I said to her, you know, I went into the session and she's like, what do you want to talk about? And I instantly just started crying. I'm not allowed to say ugly cry. She's taught me that. We don't say ugly crying, we just say crying, because it's, you know, a good emotion to get out. But, you know, I was like, I need to talk to you about grief. I obviously still have a lot to work on and I have a lot to do, so I want to talk to you about it. And she, you know, very patiently throughout the session, as she can only do, helped me realize like it's not really something that you can put on a to-do and just work your way through. Unfortunately, it's just a time thing. And I don't say this to be like the bearer of bad news. I really hope that this just helps you as it's helped me take so much pressure off. We put so much pressure on ourselves to like hustle and do the next thing and achieve this and get over that and move on and up level and scale and blah, blah, blah. But like, can we all just take a beat and allow ourselves some grace? So whether, you know, you're at a new job and you're like, oh, I've already been here for like 6 months. Why is this so difficult? Flip it and be like, I've only been here for 6 months. Like, that is it. Whatever you're going through, let this be your permission slip to flip the script, and instead of saying, it's already been X amount of time, say it's only been. Another way that you could think about it is like, say if you're trying to lose weight, you know, say you're 40 and you want to lose weight and you're like, I've already been trying this since January 1st. It's been 2 months already, and like, why aren't I further along? Well, you could say it's only been 2 months and it took you 40 years to put that weight on. You know what I mean? Like, just be kinder to yourself when it comes to time. Or you're like new to a town, or you're new to a job, or you're a new parent. Like, Thomas will be 9 in May and I still have no idea what I'm doing. I'm pretty sure every parent feels like that to infinity. You know, like, so let this be your little bit of grace, your permission, your deep breath, your physically like unloading that weight, whatever it is that you're feeling like, oh, I've already been doing this for X, Y, and Z, or it's already been this long. Remind yourself it's only been that, and be a little bit kinder to yourself. I hope that's helpful. It's been incredibly helpful for me, and I wanted to just share that little flip of a switch with you today. Comment down below, let me know in which way that you would find that to be helpful. I would love to know how you could flip that script for yourself, or for your kids, or for someone you know. Feel free to share this video if you think it will help somebody else, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Lace up, subscribe, become a marathoner. Life's not a sprint, it is a marathon. Such a great reminder, and in that marathon, let's just give ourselves much more grace and patience when it comes to what we're going through. I hope you're well, and I will see you soon. Bye.